You don't know what you don't know. That's the facts. And I should say, we don't know what we don't know. I had a guy come up to me in the gym today. Carlos, what's up, man? Little shout out. Came up to me just saying, hey, man, I appreciate your video. It was a story of resiliency. Man, it was really, really cool and respectful. He had this sick shirt on that said, Real Estate Department, Inland Empire. It was cool. It was like almost like, it looked like a correctional shirt, but it said real estate. And I said, hey, man, what's going on with that shirt? It's cool. I noticed him from across the gym earlier. And he said, man, well, I help people buy houses who think they can. You know, I show them grants and paperwork. And it got me thinking, man. And he said, this is what really he said that got my wheels turning was, he goes, I grew up in New York. You know, when the stacked buildings and apartment structures, he said, I would see these homes. He goes, I didn't even really know you could buy homes growing up. And it took me by surprise, but it made sense, man. If your family doesn't own a home, nobody in your family has ever owned a home, you come from a place where everybody rents, everybody around you rents, man, how would you know? And it just got my wheels turning about, bro, we don't know what we don't know. Information is massively helpful, right? And I say information is not power. Information applied is power. And it goes with everything. When I was in the Foreign Legion, man, I was trying different diets when I was really trying to tighten it up. And I kept doing what I was doing in my 20s. And I just wasn't burning fat as fast. I wasn't feeling as good. I tried carnivore and all these different things. Man, I was so tired, man, I could barely make it up the stairs. I'm like, man, what is going on? It's not working. I'm not getting the progress I want. I'm not feeling how I want. That was the most important part. So I reached out to somebody, and they taught me macronutrients, and, bro, it was a game changer. My energy went up through the roof. I was making gains. All these positive things were just because I had new information, and I applied it. I didn't even know about macronutrients or what the correct percentages were or what my calories should be at for my goals. It was groundbreaking, really. Some simple information, how to track, also just the mindfulness that it brought to me. This goes back to the houses Carlos is working. Man, how do you, if you think buying a home is out of reach for you and someone gives you some information, goes, man, here's some grants, here's how we apply, here's how we get your credit correct, and here's how you move through the paperwork and all this process, boom. And then you do it. And then you're in a beautiful home with your family, man. Just because you had some information you weren't even aware of. So powerful. And this goes on to the other piece that, man, you can't learn what you think you already know. The facts are this. Look at your life, look at your relationships, your job. If it's not how you want, bro, something's wrong. You need some new information. You need a new blueprint. You need some different guidance or be on a different path. Because if you're on a path that is not what's in your heart, you're going to feel massive amounts of friction. You are fighting against the tide. You're by definition out of alignment because what you're doing throughout the day isn't aligned with the outcomes you want. Man, that's exhausting. And I've been there. That's why I could speak to it. I lived a lot of my life wanting to be one type of person, doing all the other things that weren't going to get me there. It wasn't part of the evolution to get me to that 10.0 self. So important, man, is dropping the ego and dropping the facade like we all know what the fuck's going on. There's still people I have in my life I reach out to. I still have mentors. I still pay for people to change my diet and do things. I reach out, man, because I don't know what I don't know. And if I want to mix some shit up, I'm only going to be able to mix some shit up in my small little window of understanding. That's the major piece. We all have these small little boxes of understanding. And if you operating in that box isn't working for you, you need to step outside of it. And stepping outside of it is new people, new places, new things, new information, and then apply it. That's the key. If you're doing the same thing, expecting different results, what do they say? That's the definition of insanity? 100%, man. You keep doing the same stuff, wanting some different results. How Does that make sense? It doesn't. Thinking you're going to stumble across the answer, and you haven't stumbled across the answer, and in your 30s and 40s and 50s, bro, something's up. Let's change it up. That's what it's all about. Get some new energy into the system. We want to shake that fucking tree. Shake the tree, man. Bro, we got one go on this rodeo. And I want to make it a good one. Look back at this last year, right? Going into summer last year. Think about the things you said to yourself. Think about the things you said you were going to do. You were going to be ready by this summer. And now you're at the beach, flabby and pale again, man. Same job, same relationship, same fucking complaints. If you're having the same conversations with yourself and other people, complaining about the same shit as you did last year, bro, you are fucking wrong. Wrong. Or just admit you want to stay wrong. Then stay wrong. But don't complain about it. But if you're seriously all about evolution and you really want to make this fucking life yours and grab it by the fucking tail, man, and own it, dude, you need to change some shit up if what you're doing is not working. So let's do it. I always say, man, you can reach out to me. This is what I do, man. What I do is influx new information. Get a clean blueprint. It's too important to not do. Once again, I don't give a fuck if you reach out to me or not. Reach out to somebody, man, that you respect or you vibe with, man, because it's all about frequency, those paired frequencies. If I'm not your cup of tea, man, reach out to somebody else. I'm all about people just getting better, dude. I think I'm pretty good at it, and I do everything one-on-one. That's a lot of things that people don't know about how I work. I don't do any group stuff, man. I'll probably add some group stuff as it gets more and more manageable, but man, I'm on Zoom calls, one-on-one Zoom calls, 7, 8, 9 hours a day. I do this 7 days a week. It's important to me. It's my whole purpose. And I like to connect with every guy on my roster, man and woman, everybody on my roster I need to connect with because everybody needs different stuff. It needs to be tailored. There's no cookie cutter numbers. There's no cookie cutter program. Some baseline principles, those are important, but then the daily things and what people need as far as energy and energy transfer and knowledge transfer is different. So I like to connect like that. It's tiring, man. It's exhausting. It requires a lot, but fucking there's no greater purpose in the transcending of self, man. I'm grateful to do it, and I feel very blessed, man. Man, love it. Let's get better, everybody. Come on now. Be smart. Out here.